Hello, my friends. Welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Kim Alberni, and I'm a yoga therapist working for Life with Cancer. For today's practice, which is 30 minutes in length, you will need a chair. Feel free to put on comfortable clothing. If you prefer to wear shoes or socks during this practice, that is also perfectly fine. Little caveat, anything we do in today's class that doesn't feel good in your body or doesn't feel appropriate for today's practice with your body today, please refrain. I will also try to give you as many variations on things as we work together. So feel free to take whatever variation feels best for you. All right, let's begin. We're going to start off by just finding our mountain in our chair. So I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. You'll notice I'm not using the backrest. So I'm going to try and root down through my feet. My ankles are right under my knees, and my knees are in line with my hips. I'm going to lift up through the crown of my head, but I'm going to allow my shoulders to relax. And I'm going to just close my eyes here for a few moments. And if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, you certainly don't have to. You can just avert your gaze kind of towards the floor. And while I'm here, I'm just going to provide a quick body scan. So this will enable me to check in with myself, check in with my body, see how I'm feeling today, see if there's certain places that might need more compassion in my practice, beginning with the crown of my head. And then checking in with the back of my head, the sides of my head, the front of my head or my face, noticing my forehead and eyebrows, perhaps softening the muscles around the eyes, noticing the nose and the cheeks, the mouth, and the chin and the jaw. Noticing the back of my neck, bringing awareness to the front of my neck or my throat. Focusing on upper back. How is my upper back feeling? Right arm, hand and fingers. And left side, left arm, hand and fingers. Noticing the mid back, the low back. Circling back around to the front, noticing the chest, just below the collarbones, noticing a little bit lower the belly and the rib cage. Coming down to my pelvis, noticing my whole pelvis here. Focusing on my right hip, right leg, foot, and toes. And then left side, left hip, left leg, foot, and toes. And noticing the whole body as one entity. Again, not judging, not having an opinion about it, just gathering information for my practice today. And now that I've got the physical body in mind, let's bring our awareness to our breath. So for here, I'm going to ask you if you would like to just place a hand below the collarbones, kind of high up. And if you like, the other hand on the belly. And you can leave your eyes open or closed for this. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes again. And I'm just going to begin to notice where I sense the breath in my body, if at all. So as I breathe in my inhale, I might feel a tingling sensation at the tips of my nostrils. I might feel the chest rise a little bit. The collarbones may spread apart a little bit. I may even notice my belly lift a little bit with the inhale. And then as I exhale, either out of my nose or my mouth, I might notice all of those things return, right, to fall back down. And you might not notice any of these, or you might notice just some. There is no right answer. Again, it's just bringing awareness here. Let's take 2 more here, just noticing. And as you finish that second exhale, go ahead and release your hands down. And let's begin to warm up the body. So I thought we'd start out with the feet, right? So why don't we go ahead and just lift the heels and then return the heels to the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the heels and return heels to the floor. One more time. Inhale, lift heels, come up on the balls of the feet or the toes, and exhale, lower down. And then let's do the other side. Let's lift the toes and the balls of the feet if you can, and exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And 1 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and lift my leg here. It doesn't matter, right leg, left leg. You can do whichever one. And I'm going to warm up the ankle here just by simply making some circles with that ankle in one direction and reversing it, going in the other direction. And then pausing here. Moving up to the knee. I'm going to just rotate that knee, almost like I'm stirring something with my foot. So my hip is not moving here. It's just simply the knee joint going around and around. And then I'll reverse direction again. And pause. Moving to the hip. So this is a big joint. We're going to take this whole leg around and around and around. A little bit of clicking going on. That's all right. And reverse it. As long as there's no pain associated with it, it's probably nothing to be concerned about. All right. And down we go. Now, as I finish that side, I'm going to just take a moment here to notice the side that I just worked with and the side that I have yet to work with and see if I notice anything different. I believe I do. This side feels warmer, feels a little more relaxed. You might not notice that, but that's okay too. Again, just bringing awareness, just seeing what we do notice and seeing what we don't notice. Let's move on. So I'm going to lift this foot and make those ankle circles. You also might notice differences in the sides as you're performing the various movements. One side might feel like it has a little more range of movement, perhaps, a little less range of movement. Moving on to the knee, making some circles with that knee. This side for me definitely feels a little more awkward. It is my less dominant side, so I feel like my movements aren't as smooth on this side. And then moving to the hip, right? We're going to do that big circle with the hip. And 3 circles, and then 3 in the opposite direction. 1 more, inhale up. And exhale down. All right, both feet solidly on the floor in my mountain pose once again, my seated mountain. Feels pretty good. All right, moving upward. I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side here just so that you can kind of witness better what I'm doing here. Ooh, unfortunately, I have a white chair and a white top, so hopefully I'll be able to see. Finding my mountain pose on this side, I'm going to move the spine in a cow-cat fashion. So as I inhale, I'm going to lift the heart a little bit and stick my tailbone out, draw my shoulder blades back. And then as I exhale, I'm going to round in a cat, seated cat. And then inhale, coming up through neutral. Again, lifting the heart, sticking the butt out a little bit. The tailbone is lifted. You can add the head and neck as much as you like. And then as I exhale, decompress, round. And then one more, inhale. And lift. And exhale and round. And inhale again, right up through center. And then I'll go ahead and change direction so you can see me from the front again. From here, we're going to move up into the arms and shoulders. So coming into, we're gonna lift our arms out here. I'm just gonna have you bring one hand across and then maybe put a little resistance there. Draw that shoulder back, right? So we don't want to have this shoulder coming forward because that'll take some of the integrity out of the stretch that we're trying to accomplish here. Just a little stretch for the bicep and the shoulder. And releasing down and other side. So we'll just go ahead and take that other side. Again, you may notice differences from right to left. Perfectly normal. One more inhale here. And releasing down. And then to open up through the front side of the shoulders, I'm going to turn to the side again so you can have a better view of what I'm doing. I'm just going to simply take both hands behind and see if I can interlace those fingers. If I can't interlace the fingers, what I might do is just hold the wrists, or I might even grab a dish towel or something that I can hold on to get that same effect. So I'm squeezing those shoulder blades together, dropping the shoulders down a little bit here and lifting my hands up just until I feel that little bit of resistance there. Really feeling the stretch across the front side of the chest and shoulders. And this is when, definitely be mindful here. One more inhale here. And release. And I'm going to shift back to center. Find my mountain pose. And then how about some shoulder rolls? So we're just going to lift those shoulders up and down and back. Up and down and back. And one more inhale. Exhale. And then let's reverse it, coming up and forward and down. And one more inhale, exhale. Whew, nice. Let's move into the head now and neck, our last little place here. And all we're gonna do is inhale, come to a neutral head position. And then as you exhale, just begin to drop the chin towards the chest. We're not forcing anything, we're just letting gravity have its way with us. And then inhale, lift the chin again back to neutral. And exhale, drop the chin towards the chest. Last one here, inhale. And exhale down. We're going to pause here for 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, go ahead and lift the chin again, neutral position, and then we'll go side to side. All right, inhale here, neutral chin, and exhale, just allowing the ear to kind of drop towards the shoulder. Notice I'm not lifting the shoulder to meet the ear. The shoulder is just staying right where it belongs. If you would like to add a little resistance here, you are welcome to take a hand and place it on the side of the head. Notice, however, I'm not tugging, I'm not bouncing. I'm simply letting the weight of my arm to act as a little more resistance for this stretch. I offer these alternatives for you to try, and that's exactly what I mean by that. So you can try them if you feel confident after doing, your initial body scan that this is an okay thing for you to do today. And maybe you'll try it and go, doesn't feel so good. So in that regard, you would just remove the hand, right? Excellent. One more inhale. And exhale, hand, and then I'm going to inhale back to center. Beautiful. Checking in with the right side, left side. All right, moving on. Second side, inhale here. And gently bring the ear towards the shoulder. And again, notice the stretch here on this opposite side. And if you feel like you could use just a little bit more, you can try the addition of the hand. So just placing the hand gently on the side of your temple and allowing the weight of the arm to give you a little bit more resistance here. You know what, that's not feeling so great on this side. I'm gonna just take that off. See, easy. Perfect, one more inhale. One more exhale. And then just inhaling right back to center. Pausing here. Just checking in with that whole body. How does everything feel? Feels pretty good. So we're going to do some more warming up here. So we're going to move into some sun salutations. Again, I can't emphasize enough, do what feels best for you. Take the variation that feels perfect for this practice in this moment, right? Even if you've done this video before or you've taken classes with me before and you're like, oh, I know exactly how to do this. Today might not be the day, right? And that's all right. So just give yourself permission to feel successful and to enjoy what you're doing today. Who cares what you did yesterday? And who cares what you're doing tomorrow? It's all about this moment. All right, here we go. Breath and movement together. So let's inhale and then turn the palms down, exhale. Almost like we're taking flight, right? Inhale. And turn the palms down, exhale. Maybe we can go a little higher. Let's try. Inhale. Yeah, that feels all right. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. Let's add a side bend to the sun cell. Inhale. Cactus arms. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Side bend. Other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Let's try that again. Inhale, first move. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale here. Side bend. Press down through the opposite hip. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release down. Let's add a twist. Inhale. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, center. Side bend, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Let's lift the arms. Exhale, twist. Just gonna take my hand to the back of the chair and my other hand right here. We're gonna pause here for 3 breaths. Drawing that back shoulder back and the front shoulder forward. Lifting up through the crown of my head. I still have a nice tall spine here. Knees are still pointed forward, feet are rooted. With your next inhale, lift your arms and come back to center. And turn to the other side. Again, I'm holding onto the back of my chair. My other hand is on the outside of my leg. If I don't have a back to my chair, I can always hold on to the base of the chair as well. Nice tall spine, belly is pulling in slightly here, right? Engaging my abdominals slightly. Last 2 breaths. With your next inhale, lift the arms, come back to center, and lower. All right, let's put it all together, but we won't spend as much time in our twist, just 1 breath. Here we go. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Side bend. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, arms rise. Exhale, twist, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Nicely done. All right, moving on, we'll go ahead and take a hip opener. So I'm going to ask you to take just 1 leg, and perhaps, this is all that's going to happen today. Maybe you're just going to cross over that ankle and you're already going to feel that opening in that side hip here in the QL, in the glute. Or maybe you can lift it up to the knee, right? Maybe you can actually cross it over. Maybe your knee's way up here, right? That is okay, right? Just do what feels best. Assemble your ankle so that it feels comfortable. Go ahead and make this foot flat. So we're just gonna flex that foot a little bit, engage the muscles here in the leg, just protect the integrity of the knee. So I'm feeling quite a stretch already in my hips here, but perhaps you're like, well, Kim, I could use a little more, right? So to get a little more out of this, if you would like, we're gonna lift up again, nice tall spine. Keep lengthening that spine as you come forward. So we're kind of nice, long, straight spine here. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the increase in the resistance here in my hip. But it feels okay. So I feel like this is something I can do. So I'm gonna stay with this. And then with your next inhale, we're just gonna go ahead and lift up. Nice. And then go ahead and release that foot down. Checking in with this side and this side. How do they feel? A little different. So let's try that second side. Again, options here, right? If you can lift this up onto the thigh, please do. Don't worry about this knee, right? If the knee is up high, again, don't worry. We're working towards something here, right? Flexing that foot, protecting the integrity of the knee. Yeah, and on this side for me, I don't know about coming forward. I'm feeling relatively sufficient with this stretch, just as this is. But for those of you who need a little more or would like a little more resistance here, we can inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, and exhale, lengthen forward over that calf. I'm going to stick to this. This feels perfectly fine for me. Let's take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Excellent. And then we'll simply lift this and gently place that foot right down on the ground. I thought we'd move into just one or two balance poses, just to check in on the time, see how we're doing. We're doing okay. So we'll do a quick balance pose and then we'll move into relaxation. So our relaxation pose our balance pose today will be tree pose. So we're going to work with the chair for support. All right, so I'm going to shift weight into my right foot, or the foot that's furthest away from the chair. And then I might just take my ankle and just place it there on the side there. Right? Maybe that's enough for today. Or maybe I might bring the foot inside of the leg between the ankle and the knee. That's an option there. Two options. I might decide to bring my hand into a partial namaste, and I might just play around here with lifting up a hand, right? I still have the security of the chair being here. My belly is pulled in. Maybe I can even stand here for just a few moments, settling my eye gaze on something that's not moving, noticing the breath. One more inhale here. And releasing down. And if you like, shaking out that foot. And let's move to the second side. So I'm going to go ahead and use that same chair, but shifting weight again into the opposite foot so I can experience my tree pose on my second side. Heel might be just above the ankle today. Perfectly fine. Or maybe we come a little higher, right? Coming into the space between the ankle and the knee, not the knee, right? We want to make sure we stay away from that knee joint. And again, maybe I'll just place half of hands to heart here. Play around, flirt a little bit with lifting my hand off the chair. Maybe I can hold it, softening my eye gaze once again, noticing the breath, lifting up through the crown of my head. Right, we can find our mountain pose in any pose we do. Rooting down through my foot, but lifting up through the crown of my head. Maybe for one breath I can be here. Exhale. And releasing down. Beautiful. I like to sometimes practice balance while I'm brushing my teeth at the vanity, right? So I have that. I can do a tree pose when I'm brushing my teeth, but I have the vanity right there. And then I'll switch sides, right? Even switch hands. All right, just something you can do on your own. All right, it's time for relaxation, which means you have done all the good work today in your chair yoga class. This time, let's settle back, right? Let's use the back of that chair. Let's not worry so much about posture or rooting through feet or anything like that. If you like, go ahead and close your eyes and allow your body to just soften. Noticing points of contact between your body and the chair, perhaps between your feet and the floor. Again, tuning into the breath. Noticing again, perhaps where you sense the breath. Feeling the energy of the inhale, the yang part of the breath. but then the relaxation and grounding part of the exhale, the yin part of our breath. Allowing the body to soften completely. And you are certainly welcome to stay here as long as you like or as time permits. I am going to slowly make my way out of my relaxation just by wiggling fingers and toes and blinking my eyes open. Bringing hands to heart and thanking you for joining me today for chair yoga. I hope you had a very successful practice, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. The light in me celebrates the light in each of you.